Yes, my dear students, in today's class, let us see in detail about joint probability distributions. See, the joint probability distributions is a extension concept of probability distribution. Here in the probability distribution, we had only a single random variable. If the single random variable is a discrete one, then it was a discrete random variable, and if it is continuous, then it be considered as a continuous random variable. That and all I have explained in the probability distributions of continuous and discrete, isn't it? But here we have one more very important concept, that is joint probability distribution. So when you have more than one random variables, that is two or more random variables, then uh, joint probability distribution will come into exist. Here in this joint probability distribution, if x and y are two discrete random variables for suppose, then we define joint probability function of x and y by p of x is equal to x, y is equal to y, that is equal to f of x comma y. This is a very important thing, f of x comma y. P of x is equal to x, y equal to y is equal to f of x comma y, where f of x y is where f of x y satisfying the conditions. See, these are the two conditions for the random variable. See, if it is a discrete random variable, again it was each and every function, each and every probability density function f of x is greater than or equal to 0, and sum of all the probability density function will give you 1, isn't it? If it is continuous, each and every probability density function f of x is greater than or equal to 0, and integral from minus infinity to infinity f of x or p of x is equal to 1 into dx is equal to 1, isn't it? In a similar way, if it is a two random variables, if it is two random variables given, then it is joint probability distribution. In that joint probability distribution, these are the two necessary conditions that has to follow, that is f of x comma y. See, these are the two random variables. There it was only one random variable, only x we had. Here it is two random variables, f of x comma y, that must be greater than or equal to 0 in the similar way. Then the second one is summation x and summation y. Summation x summation y into f of x comma y is equal to 1. So these are the necessary conditions that has to follow for the joint probability distribution. In the similar way, it is p of x is equal to xi, y is equal to yj. It is yj, it is in general. Then it is f of xi yj can be written as jij. I will tell you in detail in future where it is identified. Okay. It should be noted that f is a function on the Cartesian product of the sets x and y, that is x cross y is equal to x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3 so on xm yn. Okay, the joint probability table will be given like this. This is the joint probability table. See, these are the x random variable, these are the y random variable, and J11 is the Cartesian product of this and this. See, x1 y1 is J11, x1 y2 is J12. It must be identified like this. X1 y3 is J13, x1 y4 is J14. Must be identified like this. Similarly, x1 yn is J1n. Similarly, here x2 y1 is J21, x2 y2 is J22, x2 y3 is J23. Similarly, x2 yn is J2n. Okay. Now coming to the further terms, then it is xm y1 is jm1, xm y2 is jm2. Similarly, xm yn is jmn. Now if you keep on adding all these elements, see j11 plus j12 plus j13 so on till j1n, if you sum all these elements, then that is identified as f of x1. Then similarly in the second row, if you add all these terms, then the sum is identified as f of x2. Similarly all these terms and even the last row mth row, jm1 plus jm2 plus jm3 so on jmn, all these terms when you add, then the term will be identified as f of xm. Okay. Similarly, in the column wise, see, sum of all these elements will give you some element. That element is identified as g of y1. Similarly, second column is when you sum all these elements j12 plus j22 plus j23, all these elements till jm2, then the element is called as g of y2. Similarly, all these sum will give you g of yn. Now further, when you sum all these elements, sum of all these elements again, sum of g of y1, g of y2, g of y3, so on, g of yn must give you 1, must give you 1. And similarly, f of x1, f of x2, f of x3, so on, f of xm must give you 1. See, this will give you 1, and the same this will give you 1. So these elements are called the marginal probability distributions, f of x1, f of x2, f of x3, so on, f of xm. These elements are called marginal probability distributions. Even these elements, including these elements, g of y1, g of y2, g of y3, so on, g of yn, all these elements are called marginal probability distributions, and this sum will give you 1 always. Okay. Now marginal, this that only they have explained here, you can read this. Then here I have told you already, this will give you f of x1, and the sum will give you 1, and the sum will give you 1. Yes, these are called the marginal probability distribution, and the sum will give you 1. Here it is shown, isn't it? Sum of all these f of x comma y of yj, and that is written as jij, and it is 1. It is always holds. It always holds. That will give you 1. Now we'll see the next concept under this joint probability distribution. There in the continuous random variable and discrete random variable, we have seen mean, variance, and standard deviations. In the similar way, here we have some more terminologies we are going to discuss, that is expectation, variance, and covariance, and correlation. Here expectation is the instead term for mean. There you have studied mean, right? Mean, variance, and standard deviation you have studied. Similarly, here instead of mean, we are going to know about expectation. Instead of mean, we have expectation here. That's all. Okay. When you have two variables, it will be expectation. When you have a single variable, then it will be a mean. Okay. It is an expectation for two variables, two or more variables. Now, variance is a similar way you can find variance, and covariance and correlation. Let us see what are these terminologies will explain. Okay. If x is a discrete random variable, here x is a discrete random variable taking the values x1, x2, x3, so on, xn, having probability function, PDF only it is, having probability density function f of x, then the expectation of x denoted by e of x. It is denoted by e of x, or mu x is defined by like this. Okay. So e of x is equal to summation I runs from 1 to n xi f of xi. What is the mean of when it is when x is a discrete random variable, taking the values x1, x2, x3, so on, xn? What is the mean? Mean mu is equal to xi f of xi, right? The similar way, it is e of x is equal to summation I runs from 1 to n xi f of xi, or simply x f of x. Okay. Now the variance variance of x denoted by v of x. What is the variance there? What was the variance there? Xi minus mu the whole square into f of xi, right? Similar way they have written. Instead of that, they have taken one more denotation, that is e. Okay. E of x minus mu the square. This can be written like this. Okay. Where mu is the mean of x. X is the discrete random variable. Now standard deviation, you know the standard deviation, right? Standard deviation is denoted by sigma, and sigma for random variable x, it is denoted for random variable x, so it is sigma x. If the random variable is y, then it is denoted as sigma y. Since we have taken the random variable x, here it is x. Okay. Sigma x is equal to square root of the variance, that is, this we already know, isn't it? If x and y are the two discrete random variables, see, in the first case we have seen only a single random variable. X was a single random variable we had. Here now x and y are the two discrete random variables having the joint probability distribution, or the joint probability function. Sorry, it is not a distribution, joint probability function. Having the joint probability function. This is the PDF now. This is the probability density function PDF f of x comma y. Okay, then the expectations of x and y are defined as follows. E of x is equal to, see there you had only one random variable, that's why you had only one summation. Here you have two random variables, so you have two summations. Summation x runs from I is equal to 1 to n, y is equal to y is equal to y is equal to 1, y is equal to 1 to some m. Okay, m and n. Okay, the variables change here. Okay, x into f of x, there it is x into f of x, here it is x into f of x comma y. Okay, x f of x, instead of x f of x, here x f of x comma y. Okay, here it is for y it is for mean of for mean for expectation of y, expectations of x and y, right? Okay, expectation of y is y into f of x comma y into f of x y. Okay, next, so this can be written like this also, it is not a matter, you can understand that. Okay, now uh, now both x and y, the expectation of both x and y is given by, see this is simply expectation of x, this is simply expectation of y. Now expectation of both x and y, expectation of x and y is summation I comma j, I runs from 1 to n, j runs from 1 to m. Okay, I comma j, xi yj jij, this is quite important, that this you have to keep it in your mind, because this we are going to use this we are going to use in solving problems. Expectation of xy is equal to, expectation of xy is equal to summation I comma j xi yj, it is xi yj jij. Okay, now, if z is equal to phi of x comma y and f of x comma y is the joint distribution of x and y, then the expectation of z in the joint distribution of x and y is defined by the relation E of z is equal to, in the similar way they have written, that you can understand. Okay, if x and y are random variables having mean mu x and mu y respectively, then the covariance of x and y denoted by covariance, COV, covariance of x comma y is defined by, directly you just remember this, covariance of xy is equal to E of xy minus mu x mu y. Okay, these middle terms and all you don't need it, directly you just remember these things. Okay, covariance of xy is equal to E of xy, that we found, right? Expectation of xy, what is expectation of xy, here we found, right? Expectation of xy, that is this one, that is summation I comma j xi yj jij, that one, that we have to find and substitute here, minus mu x mu y, that is expectation x, expectation of y. So if we found these things and substitute here, then we can find covariance of xy. See, this is here covariance of xy. Now further, correlation of x and y. Correlation of x and y is denoted by the denotation rho, and it is rho of x comma y is given by rho of xy is equal to covariance that we have found here, that covariance of xy divided by standard deviation x into standard deviation y. This is a formula for correlation of xy. Okay, correlation of xy. Now we have seen, till now we have seen expectation, covariance, expectation, variance, covariance and correlation. Now we have note here, if x and y are independent random variables, see what it is telling, x and y are independent random variables. Independent random variables means, if one event, happening of one event, if the happening of the one event, if it is restricting the happening of the other event, then it is independent random variable come into exist. Okay, uh, here if it is independent random variable, then expectation of xy is equal to E of x into E of y, covariance of xy is equal to 0. See, if x and y are independent random variables, then covariance of those two will be 0, and hence if covariance is 0, see, if covariance is 0, further correlation also will become 0, right? 0 by anything will be 0, so correlation also will become 0. See, hence correlation also will become 0. If covariance is 0, correlation also will become 0. If it is independent random variables, directly if in the problem, if it is known, known for you as independent random variables, then directly you can write covariance of xy is 0. If covariance is 0, then correlation also will become 0. Directly you can write it. Now covariance of x and x both are same. If both are same, then variance of x is equal to standard deviation of x the square. Covariance of x comma x, if it is asked, then it is directly standard deviation x the square. Now we'll see the problems now.